Deepti Kalaran joins me on the set to take a look at today's papers. Hi, Deepti.
Hi, Jeannie.
Lots of focus on Joe Biden's visit to Saudi Arabia.
That's right. The White House has announced that Joe Biden will be heading to Saudi Arabia next month. But the news is already generating a lot of reactions in the papers. It's a major turn because Joe Biden, when he was newly elected, vowed to make Saudi Arabia a sort of pariah state. The conservative Wall Street Journal calling it a flip-flop, saying that when he came into office, he wanted to, quote, bow to the left's disdain for Riyadh without really appreciating the strategic need for Arab allies in the Gulf, while Donald Trump practiced a global politics that often ignored human rights and embraced dictators. Biden has gone so far to the other side that he's actually ended up alienating some allies. The journal noting that the U.S. does need some allies, and some of them, like the Saudi crown prince, may have to be unsavory. The Financial Times accuses Western democracies of really relying heavily on oil-rich autocrats and turning a blind eye to human rights. They say this time, as they're rushing to secure alternatives to Russian oil and gas, they really need to take that into account. And in this case, not give the likes of the Saudi crown prince a free ride, I quote.
Moving on now to the UK, where the first flight that was meant to transport illegal immigrants from the UK to Rwanda in that controversial move has been cancelled.
That's right. It was cancelled after an 11th hour legal intervention by the European Court of Human Rights. What a cruel farce. That's what the Daily Mirror says on its front page, slamming what it calls an immoral Tories stunt. Just 7 asylum seekers were set to fly on that initial flight to Rwanda as part of a plan to outsource illegal immigrant processing. The Daily Mail, the tabloid, meanwhile, is furious with this decision from the European Court. Where is the humanity in this? The tabloid says, juxtaposing their 2 pictures, one of a boatload of migrants sailing very close to an oil tanker, and Europe scuppering a UK plan to end what they call a deadly trade. The Times of London cartoonist Peter Brooks has a great cartoon this Wednesday rather. Another solution for that Rwandan flight, sending Boris Johnson and his government on a one-way flight out of the UK.
You've got some sad news now for fans of the K-pop group BTS. They have announced that they're going to take a break.
That's right. They're going on a hiatus, Jeannie. After 9 years in the music industry, the K-pop group broke into the international market. They contributed massively to bringing K-pop into the mainstream. The 7-member group broke the news in a video on Tuesday, saying they now want time to focus on their individual careers. BTS, if you've been living under a rock, they're a hugely influential group. They're responsible for part of South Korea's tourism industry. They were Time Magazine's Entertainer of the Year in 2020. They recently met Joe Biden to speak out about rising anti-Asian hate crime. They've donated to a variety of causes. And they have about 40 million fans who call themselves the BTS Army.
And their music's good. That
Yes,
Smooth
exactly.
Like Butter song is great. You got some fashion news next for us, Deepti. And I love this. Apparently the unfashionable is so unfashionable now, it's actually become fashionable again. R.E. Crocs.
Exactly. That's right. This is according to the Times of London, who says celebrities like Michelle Obama and Rihanna and Heidi Klum and Prince George are wearing Crocs, so it must be fashionable. Although when did we start taking fashion advice from a 10-year-old boy? I'm not quite sure when that happened. Anyways, a Crocs senior executive actually did an interview in Vogue this month about leaning into the whole love-hate tension point when it comes to buying Crocs and wearing them. They're actually made of foam resin. The clogs come from Colorado. I don't know if you knew that. And people have been love-hate wearing them for ages. In fact, Crocs turned 20 this year, Jeannie.
All right, we're going to stay with Crocs for our last story. The Clogs brand actually released a new summer collaborative model that's inspired by margaritas. I like this one.
That's right. The clunky clogs have announced a limited edition Crocs model. You can see it there, inspired by margaritas with 6 charms that are actually attached to the shoes. You have a tiny paper umbrella, ice cubes, a fully functioning parrot bottle opener, a slice of lime, a shot glass, and an actual salt shaker. Fashionable and almost fully functioning for a summer's day.
I forgot about those little charms that you can put on Crocs. Ooh, I'm remembering it now. All right, might have to go get some. Thank you, Deepti Kalaran, for that look at today's press review. And don't forget, you can catch our press reviews also via podcast. All the information is on our website, of course, France24.com.